Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I don't really know how to start this video, but I just want to address a lot of things that are going on, like Warwick right now, and Hornlime also did a video on this, and I feel like it's just I'm glad other people are talking about it too, because I was mentioning this in the videos on PBE, like whenever I was playing him on PBE, but patch 14.22, like I don't know, it was still kind of fine on the PBE. There was a lot of still bugs and stuff like that, but whenever it hit live for Warwick, it's not great. Okay, like it's not great. So we're gonna talk about some of these things here, and I really don't know. Like it's gonna be very unscripted, so just bear with me here. But essentially, what they did, like on paper, it looks good, right? His model size increased. Yep, okay, that makes sense. You guys know what's going on with Arcane. I'm not gonna say anything if you don't know, but this makes sense based on who he is in Arcane, because he's taken after a unit. But anyways, yeah, W sounds really good on paper. E, this is a nice change. There's nothing wrong with this change, actually. This is totally fine. The alt, okay. Definitely up for some controversy if this is a good change, a bad change. I could see both parties. I think this is overall a good change if they can make one small tweak. But yeah, the W is the biggest change that we need to talk about. So they heavily, I don't know how I would word this. It's a very raw video. Like I'm not going to do any cuts or nothing, but they heavily changed the way his W attack speed works. Okay, so before, if the person or the mob or whatever, if the target was at 50% HP, okay, like literally as soon as you had like the little mark above their head or a minion or anything, a monster that's at 50% HP, and you started to attack that, you would get your attack speed instantly. If you had an input command by clicking on the ground and then your first attack after that input command was on the target, you would instantly get your buffed attack speed. That is not the case anymore. And the Warwick veterans, like, people that are higher elo, like that's why I'm talking about, that's why I'm talking about it. That's why there's people that are experienced in this champ, even if they're lower elo. The point is if you're experienced and you know these micro plays, then those are, it's an instant nerf, okay? Mana cost, yep, obviously good. Like I said, everything on paper sounds good, but there's things that happen that aren't included in here that are not anywhere that they changed how it works. And it's very frustrating, okay? Because it's like, man, I don't even want to play War. I was pumped, right? I was pumped whenever to play Warwick and play League again and all that stuff whenever I saw these changes. And then on PBE, it was going all right. It was going good. And the biggest thing I think that they have to revert is, yes, okay, the attack speed needs to go back to how it was. Like, number one, the attack speed needs to go back to how it was. Like, I'm not talking anything here. Like, it's not documented. But for those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I've said this for many times in my videos, how the attack speed thing works. If you click the ground and then you click the target, you instantly get your attack speed, even whenever you're last hitting minions. It's substantially different, okay? Yeah, okay, like the lingering, that's not bad, whatever. That's fine. The biggest thing I think that they have to change with W after the thing I was just talking about is they need to do something with the movement speed, and it's been way too long that it's like this. Like they need to do it where it's getting to the point where you just keep your movement speed when you're getting hit. It was like that on the PBE for a little bit, where even if while you were getting hit by auto attacks, Caitlyn autos, Vayne, it doesn't matter, any form of damage, even a Singe poison, you would still keep your movement speed towards that target if they were marked by your W until you auto attacked them. I think that was a great change, but then they got rid of that. If they want to implement it, they should keep it how it was on the PBE, where it's like, okay, yep, you keep your movement speed until you attack the target, then it goes away, and then you don't attack for 3 seconds, and then you get it back, right? Because the biggest thing, it's insane. You get like 700, 800 movement speed, and then you get hit with 1 point of damage. Literally, it could be 1, like a little tiny Malzahar minion, and you go back down to your slow movement speed again, and it just doesn't feel good. This isn't a video like complaining. It's addressing the issues with the champ that have been going on for years and years and years, and now the one time Riot Games decides to patch him and try to fix him and do a buff and all this stuff, it just makes him worse in a big regard with his attack speed, and they don't even address any of the issues. Okay, like this issue, yes, where he only hits in front, that is nice, okay? Like, but I'll talk about that in a sec, where they can make it a little bit better. This is huge. Yep, we like that. Like I said, on paper, it's all good. It's the biggest thing was the movement speed that they didn't address at all. and the attack speed, that got completely changed. What I think should happen with this, okay, the hit radius is fine. This, so as it stands right now, if I were to go, I already opened it up, a clock, okay? So if I'm looking at a clock, okay, right now his hitbox is only from like, kind of like, 930 and 230, kind of like it's in front, okay? It's only in front. I think the hitbox, because right now there's absolutely 0 behind him. Before it was the entire circle was the hitbox, which was bad because you couldn't get away. I think the hitbox should start at 8 and 4, and anything between that, so for like all of this area here, there's no hitbox. So basically, if you drive a vehicle, it should be, your blind spot should be where your hitbox are in a little bit. Whenever you're driving, you check your blind spot when you're changing lanes. Hopefully you do. But you should, like, that should be your hitbox roughly. Like, this clock demonstrates it perfectly. Right now it's kind of like, 915 and 245. Like, it's kind of like almost a straight 180 degrees, like a semicircle, sorry, I mean. And that's, it's fine. It depends on how you want to look at it, where it's like it's better or worse than what it was. To get away, yes, it's better because you couldn't even use this all to escape before. Now you can, but also if they're right beside you, it doesn't hit them and all this other stuff. So I feel like if they made it start at 8 and 4 and then like that circle in front, like that, like a pie chart in front, and then like between 4 and 8, so 7, 6, and 5 has no hitbox. That would be the easiest change, and it would still tackle the issue, which was it would hit behind him and he couldn't go away. So I don't really know what else I could talk about here, but I want to make League videos, but playing Warwick just feels so bad right now. Like, it just doesn't feel good when you're used to him before. If someone's new and they're playing the champ, yeah, they're not really going to notice anything. Well, there is nothing to notice because they didn't even know about this W attack speed mechanic before. So there's nothing new to them or nothing changed to them. These are just Warwick buffs. Sure, I'll try them out. Yeah, so in that regard, yes, okay, these are buffs to those people. But I'm talking like these veteran players that used it, these people that are like good at the champ. It's a straight up nerf, man. Biggest thing, adjust the W movement speed so that you actually still keep a little bit. Even if it's like 20% or whatever, half the movement speed you keep in combat. Like, why not? Right? That's number one. Number two is like fixing the attack speed, where you can just say you can interchange those ones. In my opinion, the attack speed is way more important, but that and then the alt change would be an easy fix, man. Just Riot Games, just 3 things. Fix the attack speed to how it was before. Fix the movement speed so you actually keep it. Like, look at the champions that are in the game now, man. Like, look at Mbessa. Look at like Aurora. Like, there's so many champs in this game that have ridiculous movement speed steroids or ridiculous mobility and this and that. And then there's champs like, like Warwick that have like, you just get hit by nothing and you have like a dot on you from Leandries. It lasts so long and you just don't get the movement speed. So this is what I'm thinking should change. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.